Hello, Taurus. Thank you for turning into your love read. For the main read, using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor. For the supportive cards, the Angel Answers card. Is that upside down? No. By Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Now, already shuffled. Been getting a lot of double cards this evening. So let's see what's going to happen with you. There's a double. Even trying not to get them, I get them. It seems to happen with any deck. It doesn't even matter the deck. Maybe it's just the way I pick them up. I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to do the support cards with you. Seems like... Well, let's see what goes on here. Taurus. I'm not sure where that last one's going to lie, but we'll just leave it to the side. It's face down, so I'll find out later. Now, what is going on? I think there's a fly in my house. That's what I think's going on in here. Something is interesting here. Because I see the love coming to you from the other side. The other person is the man holding the heart, which don't get caught up in the gender like I always say with the general reads. But this person has love for you. And it looks like they're trying to express that love. They want you to know how much they care. They're trying to show you that they still care, and they want to make sure you still do. Now, what is happening here is the interesting thing, because I'm starting to think maybe you're considering leaving this situation. If this is the situation, though, you've been thinking about it for a while. Like, if you're wanting out, you've been thinking about it for a while. And I feel like the other side is kind of... They're trying to show you how much they care. What's below that? Oh, alright. So, they're trying to show you how much they care, but there's financial constraints. Like, for this situation, for this... What's going wrong... You're feeling like these gestures are empty. You may be feeling that this is more about what you can do for them than how they feel about you. And even though they're showing you this love, and I do feel like they do, you're not... Something about this isn't connecting for you. You're feeling like, I don't know. You're in the spot of indecision. Which, if you'll see the lady on here, or the person, I should say, she's deciding which road to take. And it's interesting because both of them are unknown. Both of them have butterflies with them. None of them have a fly on this card, so you can leave. Evil fly. Ugh. What's going on? I'm getting more that you are not thinking... I feel like they do love you, though. You're not seeing it that way. I just feel like you're not seeing it that way. And you're thinking it's time to go forward and end the relationship. When I have this card on your side for the broken heart, which seems to be where this is ending up, the card that's eclipsing the word is success, which I feel like you may want this to end, and you may have been thinking it for a while. So if this reading is hitting for you, which they are general reads, maybe you want this to end. Maybe you're ready for it. But there's a slight hesitation here. You're thinking it's time to move on. And I do feel like you start to. But you're also kind of like second guessing yourself. There's two cards here. There's two cards in this deck with no. No by itself, which is a lighthearted no. That's this one. Then there's a no with an exclamation point. So you're kind of like lightheartedly second guessing yourself as you're going. But I do feel like you're going. Okay, this makes sense. What's holding it back is you're considering it. I feel like you're thinking about it for a while. This card was face down in the near future, which makes me feel like something happens and pushes this forward a lot faster than you're expecting it to go. You might think this might be a gradual ending, but something happens and it goes a lot quicker than you're expecting, because I feel like while you're thinking about this, when the other person comes towards you and tries to show that affection and make sure you still care too, I feel like the honesty comes forward and it's very apparent of how you're feeling. And I don't feel like you're very responsive to these advances. Because of that, the other person gets very upset. Now, on their side they have the storm warning. It's right opposite of the broken heart. So I feel like as they're trying to get you to reciprocate their feelings, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. And that pushes them and they get a little upset, and then you tell them the truth of how you feel, because I feel like you're done at this point. At this point you've already made your decision. And I feel like they have doubts, or they're like, how am I supposed to take care of myself and stuff like this. So like, I feel like they're pushing forth their doubts, their self-doubts on you, like they can't handle life without you and blah 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 and all this other stuff. But the truth is they can, and they might not see that, but you know that they can. One way or another, they're going to have to. So when You're Ready comes up on their side with the storm warning, I feel like they're worried that they can't handle this without you. They can't go through life without you. They don't have the means to take care of themselves in some respect, or take care of the situation that they're a part of, or maybe you're a part of together without you. Truth is, they'll be fine. Oddly enough, I think this is good for them too. Because on their side they have the victory card, which is so interesting, because I feel like they think they're gonna convince you to change their mind. Change your mind. Change their mind? Paranoid about this fly. I'm gonna squish him. It's really interesting that the victory card pops up on the other side here, because it doesn't really seem like you'd think that. But I feel like there's things going in their benefit. As you move away from each other, there are things that are going to suit them better. And you're aware of this. I feel like there's other things here too. You're not feeling like they really love you like they think they do or they say they do. And you're thinking this is better for them to move on to. I feel like you're viewing it as a victory for them. Like they don't need you anymore. And this isn't working anymore. And this is actually the best for them too. It's weird that the victory card is in the spiritual sense, but I feel like the reason it's in the spiritual column and victory on their side is because this needs to move on for them. They need to go. It's time. And even though it doesn't seem like they really like, I'm just seeing like it's more financial constraints, like it's more of a monetary thing. This needs to stop. I do get that they communicate with you trying to change your mind, but and you think about it, but I don't feel like you do. I feel like you keep going and you move on. I really feel like you've been thinking about this for a while, and there's a lot of emotional backing to how you feel. I don't feel like this is an overnight decision. And now that you're moving forward, and they've kind of like, I almost feel like they threw you out or pushed you out in some sense, or made the situation to where you couldn't stand it anymore, so you had to move on. Now that you have, or you're in the process of it, you're not backtracking, you're continuing on. It's interesting. I'm still like, is there anything else with the victory card? Because that seems so weird. But they're telling me that it's more about, this is right, this is how this needs to happen. They're depending on you financially, and that's not good. And this is better for them, because this is just creating a very bad situation. This is good for them. This needs to end. This isn't good for them either. This isn't healthy for them. And you're recognizing this. This isn't good for either of you. You're seeing that, and you're taking the action to move on. It's not good for them either, and even though they may not be on the same page with it, and they may fight it the whole way, it's still a good thing for them. And that's why the victory card is over here. Alright, good. That being said, let's move into singles. I wanted to make sure I hit on that one right, because I'm just like, usually when you break up with somebody and they don't want to break up with you, they wouldn't say that was a victory. They would be like, oh, I don't want to do this. Woo! I don't see that. People don't usually do that. So, I thought that was interesting. These cards are about the same size, aren't they? Yeah, a little different. I don't know why that matters. But, moving on. Singles. Single Taurans. Alright, single Taurans. Let's love read for the single Taurans. Empowering information to help them move forward the way they want to and get what they want out of life. Empowering information to help the people who watch this understand what's happening with the Tauran, if they're watching it, to understand the Tauran. A single Tauran. Double card again. Well, we have the good and the bad here, so I don't think this is all that bad. One. I am going to actually put out some of these, which I wasn't planning to, but might be a lively month for Taurans. Okay, single Taurans. Right now it feels like you're happy. In your life you're happy. Where you are, finances, things like that. I'm thinking the mundane things are happy. No? Okay, what are we talking about? You have some people on your mind. You have someone on your mind. And you have an optimistic outlook, so you're happy about that. Okay, that's what we're talking about. And this is currently a friendship that you want to make more. So you're feeling, when I get the thinking woman, which, as I always say, don't get caught up in the gender of the cards for general reads, of course. You are thinking, it's a little cold in my life right now, and I could use this other person to bring some life to it. And you've been thinking about this. And you're like, I think I'm ready to start this. I'd like to see if I can get something going here. Now, something's going on in the environment with patience. I feel like things have been maybe a little bit out of your reach for a while. And right at some point soon, if not right when you're watching this, it feels like it's coming into reach. There we go. Question is, will it be? Well, look at this. I didn't notice that till just now. We have patience in the environment where it's been out of your reach. The recent past is carrying connections with weight. I feel like you've been on your own, and you've been waiting. You've been waiting for this person. Getting kind of a pining feel here. Before that, I'm showing the woman holding a heart and the happy family. Now, as I always say, don't get caught up in the gender, but this makes me feel like you've been in a very loving relationship before. and you've had a great relationship, and for whatever reason that ended. For whatever reason. And you're looking to find someone that's going to match you. I feel like some of you might be looking at the past in the sense of like you've known other people who have found a really good match, and you want your own really good match. One of the two, especially with the general read. But you have your idea about what a great match would be, and that's what you're looking for, and that's what you're holding out for. And for the person you've been waiting for, who seems like they're in reach now, you're ready to go out there and see what's what. Now that being said, when I start with the center here, you have the garden and the gate with the sun right below it, which it's very interesting because the garden and the gate, if you look at the garden and the gate, you'll notice there's kind of like a sun in the background there. At least to me, that's what it looks like with the bright cloud. I don't know how it looks on the camera to you. Right behind it is the sun card, which makes me feel like you're putting this forward, like you're considering, will I or won't I? Do I want to try? Do I want to stay where I am? That might be how you're thinking about it, but in truth, the sun card makes me really believe that you've already decided you want to give this a shot. You're going to put yourself out there. I feel like there's a fly here that's driving me crazy. The next card that pops up here, which I'm kind of holding here because I'm noticing, I think it's your reluctance to go forward. Something is kind of holding you back. You may be a little gun shy. You get the broken heart here thing. I feel like you start to maybe go forward and something slows you down or kind of stops you in your tracks. You kind of get a little gun shy. Cold feet, if you will. I feel like you hold back. The broken heart thing, because I feel like you think it's an opportunity lost at this point. Whatever makes you change your mind, it seems like it flip-flops. Whatever you thought was going on there doesn't seem to be the case, and now you're thinking there's a possibility again. I feel like there's a lot going on with you thinking about things and moving slowly and trying to understand situations. I almost feel like some information that came to you as you were getting ready to say something or put out an offer, some information came to you. It might have been false information or just wasn't valid. Something. And however or somebody said something to you and you maybe took it the wrong way or something, and you thought that door kind of closed. Maybe the person you're interested in went on a date with somebody and it was just a date, but you thought it was more. And you thought that door had closed. But then it turns out they're not seeing that person anymore, or the information you got wasn't correct, or not the way you took it at least. So you're thinking, okay, wait a minute, the door's still open. Now, it seems to me you're having a hard time with this because as you go forward, you're still holding the heart. Don't get caught up in the gender, of course. You're holding the heart here. You still want to put out that offer. Because it seems like whatever it was that stopped you isn't stopping you now, you got improving health, which really makes me feel like improving situation. You're feeling better about it. And you're reconsidering going for it again. This is all in the future. There's one card behind the man holding heart here. Which again, like I always say, don't get caught up in the gender. I'm almost reluctant to find out what this card is. Okay, it's not a bad one. It's 6th chakra. This is also the 3rd eye chakra. You're feeling like, I feel like deep down you're feeling like this is a really good match. And you're like, I want to try. Something is bothering you. You're just worried. You seem a bit gun shy about something. But it seems like it's back in play. It's back to possibility. You're reconsidering. Like literally the card says, reconsider. You're reconsidering. You're thinking maybe there is a shot here. Maybe I can do this. That being said, your outcome, Your outcome is left and right, it seems. You have a choice. The overall advice before I get into the 2 cards behind it is be assertive. Decide what you really want, but make a decision. Yes or no. Go for it or don't. Because you're just going to drown yourself out being in the middle land. It's gonna zap you, and you're gonna burden yourself to death and not do it anyway. So at this point, it's best to either say yes, go that direction, or no, go that direction. Like, staying in the center is causing you more heartache and pain than anything else, and it's just going to drag on and just zap you. So at this point, you need to make a decision. Even if it's just going to that person, are they available? Are they interested? Would you like if you make it very just cold and to the point if you have to, just to find out where they stand, then you need to do that. But the advice here is, like, pick a direction, left or right. The longer you hold out in this state where you're like, yes, no, like, it's going to just drain you. It's going to suck you down. So you do have the option. Walk away. That could happen. If you walk away, I do feel like you're going to constantly be looking over your shoulder in a sense. You'll notice this person's looking over their shoulder, questioning if you should have or not. The other card, if you give it a shot, I feel like it's the storm warning. There might be more going on here. That was weird. There might be more going on here than meets the eye. You might. I think one of the reasons you're holding back is because the other person might have a little bit of a turbulent life, and I feel like you might be seeing this whole time. So the question is, are you going to get into the storm? Is this person worth it? If you're not going to walk into the storm, if the person is not worth it, you should walk away. You will keep questioning yourself every now and then, but the farther you get down that road, the less it'll be. But the overall advice here is choose, left or right. Choose. Just choose something. So if this reading hits for you, you're getting to this point where it's like yes and no, should I, shouldn't I, and you keep going back and forth, get in touch with your feelings. Like, how much is this person worth? Are they worth going through that storm? If yes, get your questions out there, see if this is going to happen. If you're like, well, I'm not really sure, or no, if it's not really sure, you probably should exit. Because it sounds like if this person's life is turbulent, half-heartedly being in their life is not going to help them. And I'm thinking you don't want to cause more disruption, as might be another reason why you're kind of holding off. So if you're going to go for it, yeah, you're going to have to, like, go for it and be ready to accept the responsibilities that are there with that situation. If you really don't want that, then it's best to just exit stage left and move on. You'll think about it every now and then, but you will move on from it. I'm not really sure if it's going to work out or not if you take the storm warning, but hey, I feel like you know what that is there, and you already know what you're getting into if you decide to do that. Okay, I'll wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.